Once upon a time there was a tiger. He had stripes all over body, and he hardly ever scared any other. He hardly scared any other. Once upon a time there was a tiger. He had stripes all over his body, and hardly scared another, and hardly scared another. Hi everyone. This is Mrs. Aditi Lahiri, and today I am going to narrate to you the story of Buddhu's father. This is a story taken from the Bengali Folktales written by Upendro Kishore RayChoudhuri. And in this story we will learn how Buddhu's father, an ordinary farmer, tries to fight and chase away not one, not two, not three, not four, but 20 to 25 tigers. Right? So let's listen to the story and find out what Buddhu's father did. Okay? Right. So once there was a farmer named Buddhu's father, and he had a very big field of paddy. Now, during the time of harvest, flocks of birds entered into his field and they used to damage the crop. So Buddhu's father was very angry with this. So first he made a scarecrow and he tried to fix it at the center of the field. But the birds were hardly scared. Then he took a long thick pole and he started chasing away the flocks of birds by saying something like this: "Iri miri kiri, I will show you how to tie the knot. Iri miri kiri, I will show you how to tie the knot." Now, this is not a very threatening word at all. But this was the only thing that the simple farmer Buddhu's father could think about, the only way to chase away the birds. This was the only thing that he came up with. Now, one day, as usual, Buddhu's father was chasing away the flocks of birds, and it was quite late in the evening when suddenly an old tired tiger who had wandered for miles in search for his food came near his field, and feeling so tired and so sleepy, he slept behind the field of Buddhu's father. Now he was so tired that by the time he woke up it was early morning, and Buddhu's father was again busy chasing away the birds with his words: "Iri miri kiri, I will show you how to tie the knot. Iri miri kiri, I will show you how to tie the knot." As soon as the tiger heard these words, he was very curious. He was interested to know, what is this? I must go and learn how to tie the knot. This sounds really very interesting to me. So without much thought, the tiger bounced in front of Buddhu's father, saying, "Hello, I am a tiger and I am very curious to know, how will you tie up the knot? Can you show it to me? How do you tie up the knot?" Buddhu's father was first very scared the moment he saw the tiger in front of him. But he used his presence of mind and he quickly said, "Yes, sure, why not? But to show you this, I need a few things. Will you please get them for me?" The tiger said, "Sure, I will get it for you. Tell me, what are the things that you need?" So Buddhu's father said, "I need a thick sack, I need a long thick rope, and a very long stick." So the tiger said, "Oh, only this much? I will quickly get them for you." Saying this, the tiger went near the marketplace. Now it was the day of the market, and villagers were coming with their sacks of vegetables. The moment they saw the tiger pouncing in front of them, they ran for their lives. They threw away the sacks and they ran away here and there everywhere, saying, "Oh, tiger, tiger, save our souls." So the tiger was just waiting for this opportunity. He took the sack and he brought it and gave it to Buddhu's father. Now next he went to look for the ropes, for which he didn't have to wander much. He saw the cows grazing in the field and he pounced and rode in front of them. The moment the cows saw the tigers standing in front of them, they ran for their lives, forgetting all about the ropes, the poles with which the ropes were tied to. And the tiger took the rope and brought it and handed it over to Buddhu's father. Then he went to the wrestlers' camp, and when the wrestlers were already ready for the wrestling match, he just pounced in front of them, and they got so scared that they ran away, throwing all their things there. So the tiger took out that stick and he handed it over to Buddhu's father. Now he said, I have brought almost all the things that you had asked for. Now will you show me how to tie the knot? Buddhu's father said, yes, surely I will show you now. But to show you this, why don't you get inside this sack? You should come and enter inside this sack. So without much thought, the tiger entered inside the sack. And Buddhu's father was just looking for this opportunity. The moment the tiger went inside, Buddhu's father tied up the sack with a tight rope, and then he started hitting it without further second of delay. So with the first blow that the tiger got, the tiger was really scared, but it didn't say anything much. It kept quiet. So Buddhu's father said, why, tiger, are you feeling scared? Tiger thought that if he would say that I'm feeling scared, then it would be very insulting. So it kept quiet. So Buddhu's father kept on hitting and hitting. Top, 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 top. One blow after other. So first the tiger started crying and groaning with pain. My whole body aches. But then he stopped saying anything further. So after a while, when Buddhu's father thought that the tiger must be dead, so what did he do? He untied the sack, dragged and pulled the tiger out, and kept the tiger at the other edge of his field, and he came to his hut and locked it up very tightly. Now the tiger was not dead. It had suffered lots of pain, so it also had some fever. So it woke up after 5 to 6 hours, and he kept on moving around and saying, oh, that wretched fellow Buddhu's father, if I get him, I am going to take a revenge upon him. He has hurt me very badly and my body aches. I have fever. I must take a revenge on him. Saying so, the tiger kept on wandering and moving near Buddhu's father's hut for next 3 days. But Buddhu's father did not open the door. Now after 3 days, the tiger thought of a plan. It approached Buddhu's father's hut, and in a very human-like tone, it started saying, oh brother, could you please give me some fire? I need to make a fire to cook my food. I am a traveler. I've been traveling for a long distance. Now Buddhu's father thought for a moment that it could be a traveler indeed. But then at the second thought, he realized it could be the tiger too. So he said, my dear friend, I'm down with fever. Why don't you give me your stick? You just have to bring it and put it in under my door, and I will give you the fire. So the tiger thought that I don't have a stick, so what should I do? So it quickly took its tail and it started putting it inside the door. As soon as Buddhu's father saw the tail of the tiger, he immediately chopped it off with a thick knife. The tiger roared in a very bad way, and it went away running from there. He was really injured, and this time he was hurt too badly, and he wanted to take a revenge. So the next day he brought not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 20 to 25 tigers were seen approaching Buddhu's father's hut. So Buddhu's father was aware of this because he knew that the tiger would surely come and take a revenge upon him. So he started climbing up the huge tamarind tree which grew behind his hut. So he climbed up the tamarind tree and he sat on the topmost branch and he hid himself behind the pot which was hung tightly on the topmost branch of the tamarind tree, and he started observing what the tigers were up to. As soon as the tigers saw Buddhu's father hiding behind the pot on the topmost branch of the tamarind tree, they too thought of an idea, and they said, the wisest and the oldest tiger amongst us will sit down, and each of us will climb one after the other, till the time we reach the topmost branch where Buddhu's father is sitting, and we will catch hold of him and we will take revenge upon him forever. We will teach him a lesson which he will never forget in his lifetime. So saying so, the tigers thought who was going to sit down, and they came up with the idea that the tiger with the cut off tail was the oldest and the wisest among them. So they asked, "Oh uncle, please could you sit down on the ground?" So the tiger with the cut off tail was really wounded and he had a real bad pain, but he thought that if he would say that he won't be able to sit on the ground, that would sound very insulting. So he said, "Oh yes, I am going to sit." And then he thought of a way to sit on the ground. He looked for a small hole, and he really found one very quickly. And inside that hole, he put his cut off tail inside that hole, and he tried to sit. And on top of him, another tiger climbed up. And soon the other tigers were climbing one upon the other, till they almost reached Buddhu's father. Now Buddhu's father was also busy untying the pot from the branch of the tree. And at this time, a very strange and funny thing happened. You know who lived inside that inside that hole? It was a crab who used to live inside that hole. The moment it smelt the wound, the raw wound, and the flesh of the tiger, it came quickly, and using its pincers, it literally bit the tiger hard. And with that, the tiger who was sitting at the base had nothing else to do other than roar and jump for his life. He said, "Hello, save me!" And the moment he jumped and he pounced, all the other tigers who were standing one upon the other with his support came down. They started tumbling and falling over each other, and at that moment Buddhu's father also threw the pot on the tigers. The tigers felt that they had seen all the stars in the daylight, and they ran here and there everywhere screaming for their lives. And they never came near Buddhu's father. They realized how clever and wise Buddhu's father was, and they stayed away for the sake of their own lives. And this is what we can learn from the story, my dear friends, that we should use our presence of mind to fight away all the tigers and all the fears who come to destroy us and damage us forever. Right? So everything has a solution, my dear friends. So we must look for it. Right? So here my story ends today. So I will come to you yet another day with yet another new story and with a new lesson. Until then, bye. Enjoy.